Hello, I'm Lieve Fransen. I'm the director for the representations, and our representations are offices in all of the member states. We have 500 people, staff working in these representations over 35 different offices. I would like this video to help you understand what the representations are all about and what they can do for you.
I'm there to get the message across in a national environment.
I'm the face of the European Commission in my country, in the Netherlands, and at the same time I represent, in a way, the ideas and the opinions of the Netherlands towards the College and towards the Commission.
So we have a very active role vis-à-vis the media, and we are mostly the communicator on behalf of the European Commission.
To try to explain EU policies, is to try to conduct a dialogue with Swedish citizens and highlight the relevance of EU policy within a Swedish context. We have enough information to give the general message. We sometimes lack the information to give a couple of steps further and to give the full explanation of the position.
We would appreciate, as a representation, to be more detailedly and advancedly briefed about the major political topics to be discussed and adopted by the Commission.
They are the ones that people turn to. They are the ones who have the visibility. So it's very important that when they come to local environment, to member states, that they communicate, that they are available.
The more people they meet, the more they go into the press, the better it is, the better the Commission gets across with the people.
I would say that the commissioners are the top star for the audience in any member state.
They should certainly conduct or try to seek the media on areas which they focus on, which are, of course, relevant to all Europeans in these areas, but also take a critical debate. I don't think we should be afraid of a critical debate about EU policies.
We have an insight in the media landscape in our countries. We know which journalists are to be trusted, who is best at interviewing, who have the best outlets. So I think we can give good advice. We can give advice on the subjects and on the way to bring a story to the national audience.
We can also provide opportunities, so to assure that the Commissioner has a visibility, media visibility during his visit.
We can go in much further depth as to what's happening in the national media. We can make a more comprehensive analysis of what's happening in the national media.
Regional media, they have a more difficult access to the proper information from Brussels. They don't have the national representatives in Brussels. So therefore it is a practical interest of the representation to use them as a multiplicator.
First, relevance of an EU policy in the region concerned, and secondly, importantly, events in the region concerned. Regional media covers very much, it's very good at covering when something is happening in the region.
Target your audience, target your message, and more particularly seek vehicles, communication vehicles, which are a little bit uncommon. Get into a women's magazine with a story about Europe. Get into a magazine for youth with a story about Europe.
Whenever sensitive issues arise that could influence the European agenda in that member state or influence the European agenda in general. In this respect, we always send reports to the headquarters.
The challenge is to give information that is not commonly available in newspapers or on the television. So you have to go behind the news story. And it's more explaining how things work and what the sentiments are in the country.
The Commissioner who comes gets a complete package of some general horizontal information about the member state and also his opportunities.
Try to explain to headquarters, to commissioners, to other people working in the Commission why, in my case, Sweden is taking this position. That's one issue. And second issue, look a bit ahead. Try to identify what issues will pop up.
Governments are the first point of contact on these subjects. We can only help them communicate Europe. We cannot really replace them.
Without the governments, if you don't have the governments on board, your efficiency and effectiveness, it's much lower.
Not only the government. When you're talking about stakeholders in the field of social partners, youth, immigrant associations, I think working with these stakeholders are key multipliers that carry a lot of credibility towards the population at large.
For most people, the differences between the Parliament and the Commission are not well understood. So we both communicate Europe in a broad sense. And again, the more we help each other communicate that message to people, the better it is.
And it's also very important that we respect each institution's political identity.
The concept of the European House, where the representation and the European Parliament office is sitting in the very same place, is very open to the public to share the visions.
Whenever we, let's say, engage a specific target audience on a problematic or a topical issue at the European level, we'll usually do it together with the government, Commission and the Parliament office. So you get all three aspects.
The Europe Direct network is one of our best tools, especially in the regions.
They are enthusiastic people who want to do information services for Europe.
Personally, I think they work very well, at least in the member state in which I work. We have very, very good experience.
They can be a very easily approachable point of information for the people outside the capital, I mean in the region.
There are political and from there communication priorities set, so we have to be first of all informed, and also there's our input to be given.
We meet regularly, we see commissioners who explain their policies to the heads of representation.
We would really need more information from the specific DGs, especially on the different initiatives, advanced and in depth.
You've seen the video. I hope it helped explain to you what we're all about and what the representations have on offer for you. You know where we are. Contact us.